What's up, guys? This is just gonna be a small review of the BoostAuto Parts tow mirrors on my 2012 Silverado. You know, my experience with them since I installed them like a month ago, I believe, or two. I don't remember, but yeah, what I like and what I don't like about them, and a little bit about the install. So I'll make this in a few parts just because I have time right now. But yeah. So let's talk about the install. That was pretty easy. If you follow the instructions they show on the video. The hardest part for me was running the cables through this little passageway or whatever. As you can see, I didn't even fix it up. I fucked it up. It was hard running the cables because I didn't use anything like what they showed on the video, and I was kind of lazy to go and buy one or find one, so I just used whatever I had at home. But it was hard, so I recommend you to find something like what they show in the video. It's like a wire or something like that. But yeah, that was the hardest part in my opinion. And another thing, don't be like me and just fucking leave the cables all over the place down here. It looks horrible. Might get stuck on the brake or gas pedal. So yeah, have a plan on how you're gonna hide those cables behind the carpet or something. Cause yeah, it looks like shit. Don't do it like this. The wiring wasn't hard, to be honest. It's pretty simple as well. But yeah, don't be like me and just leave them hanging like that, man. All right, so let me talk about some of the things that I don't like about these mirrors by BoostAuto. One of them being the floodlights. When I bought them, I went with the cheap option, which is actually free, I believe, because they give you two options. One's like free and one's like, I don't know how much, maybe like $20-30 extra. But yeah, I went with the cheap one because I don't even know what they do, and I don't know, I didn't really care much for it, so I went with the cheap one, the free one. And what I thought they do was, whenever you put your truck on reverse, these light up, and I thought it would, like, you know, light up the back so I can see better when I'm reverse parking. But that's not really the point, or maybe it is, I don't know. But I went with the cheap one, and they don't do anything. I can barely see them at night. I know it's, you know, it's still day right now, but even at night you can't even see them all that much. So if you want them to actually do something, I suggest you go with the expensive option that they offer, because these ones, they don't do anything, man. So yeah. All right, so number two, the other thing that I don't like about them is the way that the switchback, the way it works, you know. I think it could be better, but this is how they made them. And it's not that bad. It just kind of bothers me that it doesn't work the same way as my my turn signals work. Because I got switchbacks in the front too, but I'm about to show you what I mean by that. So basically, whenever I unlock my truck, the switchbacks, they go from white to orange, and then white, and then orange, and then they stay on white. The mirrors don't do the same thing. They go from orange to, they turn off, and then orange again, and then they turn off, and then they come white. It's kind of weird, but I'm gonna show you how these look first, and then how the mirror works. So they turn orange twice, but every time they stayed on white, and then they stayed white the whole time until I you know, get in the truck and start it. Now these are the mirrors, how they do it. Off, orange, off, and then they come back white. It looks clean because it matches the headlights, but it's just kind of weird why it does that, you know, like orange, white, orange, off, and then white. I don't know if that's how they're supposed to be, if I made a mistake with the cables, but that's how this works. I'm gonna put signals just so you can see that they do the same thing like that too. I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, don't mind me, I have fucking hyper flash. I'm gonna do the hazards instead. So orange, white, orange, white, orange, white. This stage is orange and the white is gone until I stop the hazards or signals. But that's basically the only two things that I don't like about the mirrors. The floodlights, they don't do shit, and the way the switchback works, it's kind of weird. But other than that, I really like them. You know, the clear switchback LED, it looks pretty clean with the front. When the lights are on, it's when it's darker, they match, so they look super clean. But yeah, that's the only two things that I don't like about them. Other than that, they're great, man. The way they look, they offer a lot of, you know, visibility. This mirror right here, the bottom one, it helps a lot when you're like reversing, or when you're like parking like next to a curb, or when you're going around a curve, you can kind of see like where your wheel is. It helps a lot if you have like any wheel with like negative offset, you know, when the wheel pokes out like that, that bottom part helps a lot. And it took maybe a week for me to get used to these mirrors when I had those stock ones, like that one, same truck. But yeah, I think the thing about these mirrors is, I feel like when your truck has wheels that poke out like that, mirrors like this look better with trucks we have wheels like that, you know. Because when I see those like 2500 or 3500 trucks and they got towing mirrors, in my opinion, they look kind of funny, you know, goofy looking. When the wheels all tucked in and you got the big ass mirrors sticking out a lot. And I know it doesn't matter because the mirrors are there for a reason, but I just think they look kind of silly. But other than that, if I had to rate these mirrors, I'd probably give them like maybe like 7.5 or maybe an 8. Just because of the switchback. The floodlight, I don't really care, but the switchback could have been better, in my opinion. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Super clean.